Luigi board? I don't know, man. If it takes everything Fang has to spell out 2 words, that won't work. It won't. I mean, I appreciate that you're just dead weight here. You're here because you're literally the anchor, the dead weight. Oh, God, that's a good one. Oh, that is so nasty of a joke. College thesis and something gets fucked up. What happened? One letter at a time. Yeah, the Luigi board's kind of eh. Do you have any other ideas? Fang was like, yeah, any other ideas? Well, I got to settle a thought for a moment. I don't think it'd help with Fang talking, but if she has out of energy, maybe it won't work at all, but... Stella unfurled herself. I'm back to the closet to rummage around once more, though far less frantic this time. A short while later, she came back, holding some kind of box. Said I get aside, she pulled out jewelry, stones, crystals. Ugh, come on, really? Certain types of crystals are supposed to be attuned to the spirit world. It might be worth a try. Fuck it, why not? I mean, we're already experimenting at your home, and it was lame, man. You didn't even bring out any crystals. Fang said go for it. Stella nodded and shuffled around the small hoard for a moment, pulling out a fairly large, long crystal that was tied to one end with a cord, turning it into a necklace. Stella held it up in front of her, forcing her arms steady. She swang the shard back and forth. After a moment, finally settled to a stop. So, what do I do? What did I need to do? I don't know, just touch it, I guess. Gave a question to look at the stacker, then at Fang. And Fang, for a paw, just shrugged. I watched as Fang sent the crystal to touch it, and to her surprise, it began to slightly twist and writhe on the string. Oh. Oh shit, that actually did something? Even Stella seemed baffled at work. For mysticism or spirituality, actually, she sure was learning a lot today, huh? Is it possible? I flicked. Why does that keep happening? Every time I push that button, it just goes that. I guess that's a hotkey for it. Yeah. Sorry about that. It's really weird. I don't know why that keeps happening, but my finger flicked and basically hit a bunch of keys. Like an idiot. Is it possible my hand was shaking, or Fang got some energy back? Can you move anything else, Fang? Fang reached down and poked one of the cards that had been thrown, but it didn't move at all. Apparently not. Apparently not. Hold on. I reached over and pulled the necklace from my hand and moved it up to the desk. What are you doing? Eliminating variables. It's normal science stuff. Nerd. Didn't complain while I was helping you in science class. Don't mess with my figures! Stella pleaded as I was looking for somewhere to anchor the cords at the desk. Rolling my eyes, turned back to her. Stella, you saw my power level get reviewed in front of the entire school. You think I'd be so much of a dobby I don't give a shit about someone's figurines? Stella seemed genuinely surprised at the logic before chuckling to herself. Fang wheezed out a laugh. I still think your waifu was great. Choosing to ignore that, you didn't because you wrote it down. I lifted her keywords, your POV, man, and slid the string under it. And the crystal hang over the edge of the desk, giving a moment to rest before Fang poked at it again. With a little less trepidation than the last time, Fang prodded with a finger, and sure enough, she passed the crystal, indicating she wasn't touching it. It began to twist around subtly again, like there was a faint breeze catching the crystal, nothing else. Oh my god, I think it's actually reacting to her! Fang seemed surprised as well. What does that mean? Fuck if I know, but it means there's more stuff to figure out, right? You can't move it, but touching it makes it move. Something we could figure out. If it's not on its own, but we can build on it somehow. You know, make a cool engine. We can make a ghost engine. You're never tired. We can get perpetual energy for free. Fang gave a faint, but hopeful smile while Stella stood up and paced back and forth, muttering to herself. Whatever this revelation meant, it had gears turning at her head. Also means she wasn't focused on being depressed or angry at Fang. So yeah, I'm okay with not being scapegoated right now. That's just great. Good work, Fang. I said before moving my hand over Fang's that was planted on the carpet. Support her gesture. As my hand phased through hers, gave me a slightly stronger smile than before. Out of the corner of my eye, I noticed that the crystal, with Fang's fingers still absently-minded poking through it, began to twist a little faster. That's weird. I wonder what... My train of thought was picking up speed, immediately derailed from its tracks. There was a knock at the door, causing all three of us to jump. No! This is the good part! Stella leapt to her feet and started patting herself down and running fingers so that the milk were presentable, I guess. I didn't want to give the impression anything bad was happening, so I shifted around and began to pick up the various cards that she'd thrown around, but Stella hit the deck with her tail. Yeah? The door clicked open. Her mother poked her head through the gap that opened. Is everything alright, my feet? I heard you two talking for a while. I wanted to check out to make sure everything was right. Yeah, it's fine, Mom. I was giving in on a reading and we got talking about it. I'd expected her mom to give a reaction about Stella doing a weird mystical junk to me, especially given Rosa's reaction to it. That was never that approving. But I didn't expect to offer with genuine look of joy. Oh, truly? Oh, that's lovely. Would you be willing to stay over for dinner, Anon? Turning her attention to me, I hadn't anticipated this sudden offer and was quite taken aback by it. I don't think I can't stay. I didn't actually have anything going on, but all the same, I felt like I was intruding into space too much, as is fucking hell. It's because the author's a lazy bastard, and this day is so full of stuff already. My Power Baby objective seemed to be complete, so it'd be best to try and make myself scarce before I somehow screw things up. Both Stella and her mom's face fell a little at my comment. Well, it's a while before you have dinner anyway, right? Hey, Stella? Oh, wait. Oh, it's a while before you have dinner anyway, right? Hey, Stella. Would you want to go and see Rosa? I'm sure she'd be happy to see you. I offered, trying to deflect the conversation topic. Rosa? Oh my god, Rosa must be worried sick! I was pretty upset that you've been doing bad, yes? I confirmed my original reason for visiting. But getting cleaned up would probably be a good idea if you don't want her to freak out more. You stink! You're stinky! So stinky! Stella looked down at herself and recoiled at her own appearance. In a whirlwind of activity, she began to mutter to herself how she couldn't see Rosa like this, and began to rummage around her dress set for clothes. I quickly exited the room as her mother resisted the urge to laugh. Got me back to the living room. Dad gave me a side eye with a raised eyebrow. I took a seat, waiting, while Stella's mom leaned down and whispered something into her husband's ear. His eyes shot up and he began to whisper back before a smile grew on his face. Oh my god, I'd exorcised the spirit of Stella's bad vibes. Fang, I'm one step closer to getting rid of you. I mean... I didn't mean like that. I guess seeing that daughter active was a weight off that mind. It wasn't hard to understand why, given how bad she looked when I first saw her. I knew things weren't really fixed, especially given the standing issue of Stella's questions not really being answered. But I could at least say that things were a little better, whatever that meant. Stella popped her head around the corner and began to announce she was getting cleaned up and would then go to see Rosa, before disappearing again. If her parents were looking a little more relieved to see her lively, hopefully Rosa would benefit similarly. Unfortunately, there wasn't really much to talk about with her parents. There's a few questions while we waited, and I responded. The usual stuff. How I'd been, how my family is, and what I was going to do now that I was done with high school. Apparently, in the later chapters, he's going to ditch his parents, which to me feels weird. Because, like, Anon seems to be convinced his parents already ditched him. What would cause him to ditch him now? The normal shit. Of course, I lied all about it. I really want to see Chapter 11 now. Can we do that when we're at the end of this video? We can just quickly... Hold on. Let's sneak a little peek in. You know, let's be a little sneaky bastard. Shh, don't tell anyone we're doing this in the middle of a chapter. Oh no, it's Chapter 10 I'm thinking of. Actually, there's a question I got, and I want to answer it. Chapter 11 features a picture of Fang. I want to see if there's anything different to it. Oh no, that's Trish and Reed. They're about to murder him. Second is bad. Dad bath mobbed me. He lost. Oh, that's what we're gonna do. We're not even gonna make it interesting. I can't just give the guy a pat in the back and say, "Oh well." Sucks to be you. I think it's a regular little amulet thing. So what are we doing with the crystal shit? In fact, what the hell's going on with these two guys? Oh, he's trying to... Oh no, Anon, oh god, I see what's going on here. Anon's trying to be like, oh, there's a ghost here! And he fucking rushed it! Oh no! This is fucking great, man. Like, that's a big problem with Spooky Ghost, man. How do you explain to someone that's the case? Oh, he manages to convince the bears that they're real? Holy shit. How do you convince them? How the hell do you convince these people that you're a fucking ghost? Oh. Oh my god, this thing is going places. The thing about this, right, is that it seems to be touching on a lot of things that I really didn't expect, and I'm like, it's gonna be good eatings soon, man. Those first few chapters were underselling what the hell we're doing with this, baby. Ooh! Ooh! What the fuck wrote this again? Arlock, right? Hold up, I need to figure that out. Jesus Christ, Arlock, where the hell was this? Where the hell was this when you, when you were writing Tori game? This is why I put magic shit in my stuff, because you could do things. You can be a little exciting, a little fresh, a little funky, a little spunky, a little edgy around the corners. Have fun. Where were we? Alright. Normal shit. Of course I lied about it. You know, my girlfriend isn't dead, and no one shot up my school. Thanks for the says. Sure, the whole thing organized about discovery about the crystal thing. But it didn't really get us anywhere other than distracting stuff. What do I do with this discovery? Buy a whole bunch of random rocks and crystals? No, you just take Fang along and have Fang rub their hands on everything. Maybe we could just borrow one of Stella's and shove it on top of a kazoo. Oh, man. Hopefully Stella wouldn't take much longer. I'm not sure how much idle conversation I could manage. That reminds me, it rumors that you and the Lucy girl were dating before it happened. Is that true? It felt like a massive tidal wave to the face. What the hell, man? You can't just bring that up on a first meeting? Jesus! How did he find out about that? Did he talk to Ripley? Good question. Is this was it the part where I was labeled as a danger to his daughter and thrown out? It takes a long for him to do it, though. Does the Stella seem to be better? That my usefulness was meant to him? I mean, that's really short-sighted. I think the outburst of the question really paying attention to the words you were saying. It must be really annoying to have someone that no one else can hear talk in your ear. It makes it really hard to talk. A person can just raise their voice at any moment. You're like, ugh. Yeah, I'm sorry, and that was an uncouth. Hell yeah, that's a word I like to see. Stella says she was with a boy. Been sparse in the details, so I'm quite certain that she was a sweet young man, though. How much has Stella told them? Maybe a little since she shouldn't before them? Yeah, because Stella was kind of trying to predict your love life too, right? What her boyfriend was, how bad prom went? Isn't that how badly prom went? I don't know. Part for a third like to book the piece were ridiculous to see that I was a problem. I mean, you know, don't need to be a detective for that one if you know the details. But you need the details. Yeah, she looked like normal. She still looked like she just gotten haunted, but you know what? That's fair. That actually happened. Back for dead. Be safe. This is gonna happen. I'm just gonna go with the guy who got a school shot up. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Charged back to the Rose's flower shop was done, thankfully, in silence. But some questions. You should have brought one of those crystals with you so that you could show Rosa that something's up. Or something, I don't know. Took a long step. Let's watch myself. Oh, because it's mirroring. Stella could probably take it though. Stega. Okay, Dios mío, you haven't been sleeping. It's hard to sleep when you're haunted by ghosts, you know. It turns out the real ghost was not haunting you at all. So like imaginary ghosts, that must feel like shit. Ugh. Pedal do you properly again. I'm sorry, Rosa. I just haven't been doing well. Wasn't I doing all you push you away? Oh, they're so cute. Just kiss already! And if those things hold up in my room wasn't helping any. Quite a step up for a weeb. Ha ha. Oh no, it is bad apple! Except Fang's gonna stop it. Game recognizes game. I'm gonna date my ghost. We gotta get Denny Fenton in here, man. That's the only way we can make this work. Man, what the hell's up with this flower store? It closed twice in a day. What is this, Austria? Anyway, they're just having the cute stuff. Told me what happened to him. Oh, Stella, please don't start blabbing about the ghosts. Why would I go around telling people I was haunted by Fang's ghost? The only reason I was because you were neck deep in all that bullshit already. I don't think the sandal's gonna work. You gotta get it wet with holy water first, right? Like, I know the chancla, good weapon. Kind of lacking for spirits. You gotta get some holy water on there. Or maybe put some of the communion crackers on there, or whatever you call them, wafers. Crumble it on a little. Put some blood of Christ, holy water, but bam, you got the triple whammies. Ghosts are gonna hate it. People might say, no, it's a weapon for all seasons. I'm like, buddy, a little adaptivity never hurt anyone. It only augments your already pre-existent power. If I were to tell Rosa, yep. Not on my wrist. He did. I told her about it. I saw what happened. I told her what I went through too. And then she's like, uh-oh. I can't just tell anyone about fucking ghosts. Still wouldn't know why Fang did it. What they did. I don't understand it. I'll never understand it. Yeah. Stella, please don't invent a fucking ghost machine. Director could look wary. Yeah, she finally gets to relax. The tension is getting let off the gas. That can really fuck with you, man. They're like people, and they're in these stressful situations, and they hold out, and then at the end they just collapse because their bodies have gone way past their limits, and they just couldn't stop. You know, the tension lets go and the bow snaps. Because, you know, it's the change that does it. Like, if you leave a light bulb on, it's generally better than turning it on and off. So when you finally go back, that's when all the forces and stress comes. Yeah, I didn't see much, Stella. Sorry. So we're not doing the whole fucking thing that we're doing in Bad Apple. But Bad Apple focuses more on Stella, so it's fine that it delays that stuff a little down the line. And then later she found out. That's gotta be so fucking weird, right? You're like, oh, huh, what happened? I'd already talked about it. It felt like if I paid more attention, right? I bet I met a friend, or paid more attention to the sign, I could have done something. Yeah, we're going into this. We mentioned this last time of, like, you know, Stella seems to think that she has powers or some sort of responsibility because of those supposed powers. You are not to blame for Fang's actions. Them, please! Anon, that does not work in Spanish! Damn! She hits him with the chunkle. It's mostly because she's like a little annoyed. But Anon's a crater. The man is too weak. He cannot survive it. There's just a crater where he stood. Listen, you must learn to use such a powerful ability before you're allowed to just have it. No. Halo, if it was good, what the hell? Better graphics. Add running sprint. What the fuck is this? What the hell? What the hell? Halo on the PS5. Now there's an idea. Yeah, but yeah, Rosa had the Mi Familia and everything. So yeah, I guess she had that safety net. But I couldn't spend all my free time thinking about someone I barely knew. Well, fuck off. You fucking classy to just wash your hands off. Well, fuck, it's all left for me. Time to go pray at church. Throw some shoulder over my shoulder and bam. I mean, Fang has a point. You know, there is a risk. Like, I'm not saying you shouldn't, but Thoughts and Prayers has the risk of making you numb. You know, it gets you that Anon mindset of I know better and I've done what I should, and passivity is the answer. You know, let things work their own way out. When obviously there's something you should and could be doing. Or could and should. Better way. Because raising stakes instead of de-escalating like a fucking idiot. Anon is like, God damn it, I'm an introvert and I've been talking for hours. I can't even be alone anymore. Stella seemed to spot movement in her periphery and gave me a glance as Rosa continued to stare at the floor. It clearly noticed something was happening. Rosa's like, is Jesus here or something? Stella's probably noticing that Anon's doing something weird. That's pretty much, I'm pretty sure that's all that Stella can pick up on, is she knows the tells because she's been with him for a little bit. Just like that, your sugar daddy diner from the sky absolves you of all your fuck-ups. Man, it's so easy, isn't it? Maybe to visit Anon hospital. God damn, this has got to be hard for Anon, right? Like, you see your two friends fight, and like one of them doesn't even know, and it's like you can't show that you know. It's so weird. I continue to force myself to look at the middle distance like a magic eye picture, because damn. Well, at least Fan gets to complain. Without any risk. Let's just try. With clenched teeth, he mutters back. At least we're skimming at something in my defense, right? Or at least partially better than their attitudes. Ta-da. How far are we? We're a good way in. Go a little bit further. Practically, I had to agree with her. Rosa's way of speaking made it sound like she was above or beyond what happened. Like she already moved on! Maybe it's some Catholic thing. Maybe she's just high-minded. Maybe she's, you know, she's just hiding it in her mind somewhere. Sounds like you're trying to convince yourself more than... Shit! Adam, don't! Rosa will kill you! What? Man's glass opened my mouth. I swear to God, one of these days my mouth's gonna get put in the hot... Fuck, it already did! I could feel that even Fang was surprised that I said loud enough for the girls to hear. I made it for the door now. They couldn't possibly shout something. I could just probably get to my apartment before... never come back again. I think what Anna was trying to say is neither of us really did a good job of helping. I'm realizing it was too hard on myself, and I don't think both of us were... We weren't very good friends to them. Rosa's face scrunched into a scowl, and then she moved to open her mouth. And then, before pausing, fuck, I hate that. God, I hate that. Fag step between me and the agitated Latina. I don't think that helps. Also, isn't Latina uppercase? Because it's like a country or like a designation? I don't know. But the torrent of the angry Spanish never came. Instead, she stared for me for a comfortably long time. Because she's having a crisis of faith, and it's not polite to be mad about it. Even as she did so, anger, my comment, and Stella's explanation bled away, leaving only a tired sadness. Es cierto, no. He sido una amiga terrible. I don't know what that means. I can kind of figure out what that means. But I'm gonna have to bring up the translation. I'm sorry. I'm sorry! It's true, isn't it? I've been a terrible friend. Like, I know that this is like... Like, I can figure out this, and this is like first person, and a terrible friend. But like he, that means I, apparently? But in what context? Huh. I never know! Because I think it's Joe. Alright, maybe I'll learn in due time. As I said before pulling her hands up from Stella's. Run them over her eyes, they run towards them through her hair, and they settle on her shoulders, leg at a side. I suppose what you were saying is true. Rosa! I tried to distance myself from it, like I had the same clarity of mind as a padre. But I couldn't even visit you when you were hurt, Anon. What kind of friend is that? What? Rosa raised her head. I feel like you're over-explaining stuff here, man. Like, let the dialogue do the talking, is what they say. Good dialogue speaks for itself. Like, you put in these little details for, like, a little extra emphasis, or to add, like, a pinch of mystery, because they're actually meaning or saying something else, or they're hiding their feelings. I don't know, man. Overwriting is easy. It's easy to make purple. It's fine. It is not fine! Que eres estúpido! ¿Por qué te parece bien que nadie te visite cuando estás herido? I don't even know what I'm saying. So the problem is I can kind of just pronounce it, but the problem is putting emphasis in the right places, because I don't know what the fuck the sentence is actually saying. You know, it's like, I can be like, oh, that's what that's, you know, in Spanish, you often exclude certain types of characters. words, like pronouns. So you're not like, I'm doing, you just say, am doing. And it's like, do you put the stress on am, I guess? Because in English, you'd be like, I'm doing, you know, I am. I guess you, thoughts and thinking, how exciting. I don't understand any of that. Why do you not care that anyone has visited you? Don't know your friends, your family? Officially. You know what? Good place to cut the video.